Greetings and welcome back to my Encore Mode Ironman challenge. And we are, for the second time this run, blessed with a zone that is completely unique to Sonic Mania. Something that Sonic Mania does very well with the zones that are unique to it is the amount of detail in the design of it. Just look at all of this, and Studiopolis had a lot of this as well. It's very nice to look at. This first act, though, it's kind of hard to be very quick at it because it has a lot of verticality and there's a lot of platforming to it. And I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that, but it can get to be a bit much, and particularly in some very specific spots that you'll see later on in this video. And honestly, right now, I'm very glad I've got Tails by my side to help with some of the platforming puzzling in this act in particular that he can kind of just skip. But that's Tails for you. He's good at that kind of stuff. And yeah, this is a pretty good example of that, although I'm pretty sure this section is a bit more heinous than it is in Mania mode. Also, we have Knuckles here, but as you can see, he couldn't really attach to that wall, so Tails was going to have to put in the work. I am going to go ahead and switch to Knuckles, though, just for the character diversity. Though Knuckles' gliding ability does have its uses in certain places, as you'll see up ahead in a little bit. It helps with certain, like, big jumps, for example, like this. And I'm going to head and switch to Tails here, so I don't have to wait for these platforms to move, because we've discussed that. Waiting's not a fun game mechanic. You know how it is. Alright, switch back to Knuckles now. Hit that switch. There we go. Yeah, these conveyor belts are the main gimmick of this act, and they can lead to some automated segments. Although my favorite use of them is when they're like in the ceiling, you have to spin dash to get up to them. Like right there, yeah. Honestly, kind of wish I'd have given Ray a little bit more screen time. I got caught up in other characters, and I'll be honest, like, his method of maneuvering in the air is like the least reliable. Very easy to get hit using that, but yeah, it's better than not having a character with aerial maneuverability at all. I'm glad I didn't go for that monitor. It usually takes me like a minute to get to in casual playthroughs just because all the conveyor belts there. Kind of proud of myself for that. Okay, I guess I gave Ray a little bit more screen time than I thought I did. Thanks for helping me get my rings back, Sonic. Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble getting out of this pit. Here, let me fix that for you. There you go. A little bit of flying squirrel action to make sure we don't have any more problems. Yeah, there we go. And now you get to see me actually work at getting through this vertical platform area. Although Ray's pseudo glide is helping me out here. I don't know what to call it because Knuckles is the one that glides, so I don't know. Well, I might have messed myself up here because now I have no aerial options. Mighty could use some screen time anyway, it's fine. And just like that, it's boss time again. And this one's kind of annoying. Yeah, the trick to this boss is wait for him to hit a green box. Or at least it's green in Encore mode. I think it might be red in Mania mode. I'm not sure. But yeah, just wait for him to break his buzzsaw that's made out of ice. And then he has an opening for you to get out from under him and hit and deal damage. Although it doesn't take them long for him to remake an ice buzzsaw while they're made out of ice. I don't know. Easier to replace that way, I imagine. And speaking of ice, get ready for a lot more ice-related mechanics because, ooh, yeah, this act has a lot of ice mechanics. No slippery ice movement, though. I am grateful for that. There we go. Get up there. I wonder if I can hit that question. Oops, I sped right past it. Oh well. Just as well really keep the stage flowing. Yeah, you know, I had a feeling Mighty could break through those in a single use of his... Actually, I don't know how you would describe that. A double jump? Even though it's not actually a double jump, it's like a ground pound, but all characters jump in midair to use their abilities, so I don't know. Yeah, I imagine most people who are watching this video have played this game already, but there's your ice mechanic. That's the one that the player has to deal with on top of everything else you've seen thus far. And now you get to see Tails just melt frozen blocks and frozen rings and monitors and all that other stuff, because that's what the fire shield does. And yeah, I'm just gonna fly above over all of this, save myself the time, really. Wait, I thought fire shield protecting you from getting... Oh, okay, it does, yeah. The invincibility must have been, like, preventing it from working, I guess? Yeah, I think you can see what's going on here. Let me fix that real quick. Hang on. There you go. Not much to talk about here. A lot of verticality. If you didn't have Tails or Knuckles, you'd have to, like, hop onto the sticks the platforms are shooting out, then hop on the platforms themselves to get up. But we have a Tails, so that's not a concern here. We also have a fire shield, so we can get through this little segment really quickly and on to the boss fight. And yeah, it's a good thing we do, because fire shield makes this fight just a lot easier. You don't have to worry about breaking yourself out of ice, and you kind of just go at them. Star badniks being thrown out are still a bit of an issue, as you can see here. By fire shield, now I have to fight it properly. But yeah, you just gotta get under it, hit it from below, knock it off its guard, get a couple hits in before it composes itself, and turns you into ice. Just like that, yeah. Oh hey, look, it's the zone from Sonic CD. Yeah, I don't know if Sonic CD zones are known for anything it's their verticality, and oh boy, this zone has that in spades. Yeah, both acts of this are going to be up and down and all around, let me tell you. And it doesn't help that I went all the way back around just to get up on that platform again to go up above yeah, I know, I did it again. Get used to this site, because if this stage has anything, it's loop-to-loops and tunnels that send you flying. It is a speedway, so that's to be expected to some degree. Now, something I haven't touched on yet, but a lot of these stages, especially the ones that come from other games, they tend to share gimmicks with stages that didn't make the cut, like here in Stardust Speedway. It has mechanics from Marble Garden Zone, and I know a lot of people don't like that zone, but I don't know why. That's one of my favorite zones in Sonic 3, just because, like, you can get a lightning shield early and just get all of the rings as you're flying around all over the place. Which, yeah, you know how much I like lightning shields, but there are some crushes in that stage, and I imagine that's part of it. Well, this is kind of a tight squeeze. But yeah, in like tight chunks of the level like this, you can see the Marble Garden influence with the swinging balls of spikes and the wheel you gotta spin dash on to get sections to open. I think my favorite part of this rendition of the zone is these twirling springs here where they catch you, twirl around, and you can just like wait for the opportune moment to press a button and it gets sent flying in the direction you want to. I actually really like that about this, and it shows up in a bunch of places in both acts. And it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not something that was there in Sonic CD. That sort of deal is something that was a little bit more present in earlier Sonic in Sonic 3D. Not like, I'm talking about like springs in general, not just the twirly springs that you have here. But enough about that talk. You ready for another boss? This particular badness carries major like mid-boss energy because it's honestly an incredibly simple fight. It's just really hard in one section in particular to avoid taking damage. And the rest of it's just like trying to get it to come back out onto the screen. Hey, Sonic made a good future in Act 1. Sonic CD reference. And yeah, this is the good future version of Stardust Speedway. Not the one I imagine a lot of Sonic CD fans are used to seeing. But, yeah. It's a good look. Really minty, but whatever. Okay, let's see how much height I can get in this area. This isn't the path I usually take. The one I usually take is like up top, where like it's very easy to skip this section. So yeah, I don't do very well here since this is I think my first time actually trying at this particular segment of the second act here. This particular section of Act 2 here I basically have memorized, so I can, though I can imagine how difficult it can be to navigate this for people who haven't played Sonic Mania before. I don't think there was a section like this in CD, but it's been a long time since I played that, so well, we had an incredibly easy boss battle last act, so how about something a little bit more challenging? This boss fight actually has 3 phases to it, and the third phase is actually unique to Sonic Mania Plus, because I don't recall exactly how it went in Sonic Mania, but yeah, it's definitely unique here. I do remember this being different from what came before. Not much going on now, just a race, but it gets spicier. The important thing here is really just watch out for his attacks and don't lose all your rings if you do get hit. Which, as Tails, considering the speed of his ascents and descents at times, depending on how you move, it can be different. Alright, race is over. Time to get on with the second phase of this boss fight. Now, originally in Sonic Mania, the only way to really hurt this boss was to spin dash into like the little prototype Silver Sonics he spawns and get them to kind of bounce off the walls and into him. In Mania Plus, they added these little electro balls that the Silver Sonics spit out when they get crushed or just destroyed, and that makes it easier to hit Metal Sonic, but also makes it easier to lose. And on to the third phase, and oh boy is he ugly. That is one ugly robot right there. Now, in my original series on Sonic Mania for the channel, I actually discovered like in the middle of the fight that you can actually like drop dash into him, and you don't have to stop and get yourself in a position to spin dash at him, which is very good. I have Sonic with me here, although I'm starting to think maybe I need to lay off these two in the next episode because they've gotten a lot of screen time this episode. It is what it is. But yeah, just try not to get hit. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Farewell.